All right, what's going on, traders? I wanted to run through this real quick, the weekly watch list, see what is going on today. Today is the 9th, January 9th. We're looking at the daily chart, big reaction on that trend line. So you can see that trend line sloping downwards. We're bouncing off of that. We're bouncing off the 1272. I said that this is kind of an area of caution, but it is shaping up nicely as far as being a quick little pullback. Nothing long term. I wouldn't be in this. This is literally the definition of what I would call a day trade, jumping in and getting out. I don't know why I shaped it up this way to say, all right, we're in right here, which is a good entry as far as that's concerned. Yeah, so probably a little bit higher even. But in right there and out way down low. So let me show you where the price target was. It was the recent low. So right here. I don't know if I agree with that all the way, man. The only thing, so this is why it helps to be able to back test and kind of mark your charts up and understand what went on in the past. There was a big pull down here as well. So if I draw a fib on this leg, I think I already drew the fib on that leg. Looks like, or is that just a, okay? I just drew a dotted line. Let's draw a fib here. Try to see if there actually is an opportunity to. This is the first strong pullback. Again, I'm always looking to define the leg and its first strong pullback. This is the first strong pullback. It stopped at 618, just like perfectly, and then dropped down further. Went past the extended level, quite a bit past the extended level, and then it pulled back. So if I look at that one, and if we go as far as, I know this is super extreme to do it like this, but I'm gonna look at it just to kind of see if we do have a shape up here. I'm reaching here to try to see if it'll fit into this fib area. It did play in between these levels. Is there a way for me to put this one on? There we go. So if I were to say I can't see that, this is bouncing off of those levels that are from the previous pullback. This is the baseline, and we bounced off of the extended level baseline. Then we break through, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. This isn't too far off of this red candle where it's at right now. So I will be watching that. And to get back my fib, I just push this, I think. How do I do this? Oh, come on, guys. Y'all killing me. Hold on. Okay, so sorry about that. Technical difficulties real quick. I'm gonna do this, and then I'll just draw my fib again. It's gonna look something like this. It doesn't hurt to have to draw it again, man. To be honest, it's just kind of one of those things that I'm gonna need to understand anyways, like the back of my hand, you know. Okay, so we saw it bounce off of the 618, come down. It's overextended, but we've seen it in the past to where it's been overextended and still took a little bit further down. Not as extreme as what I'm kind of insinuating right here, but maybe in this area. Maybe we go to the previous extended area here where it went way down like that. I don't know. I don't know. That's the honest truth, is I really don't know exactly how far it's going to go. What I would do is enter this. If you guys haven't already, if you didn't get in right here, then it's pretty much too late, I'd say. That was the move. That's the entry on something like this. And I would take this down to about right here, which is the base, the recent low for the intraday, and then I'd stop and say, okay, let me reevaluate this and see if there's signs that it's going to turn around. If there's signs that it's going to turn around, just get out. It's a quick trade. It's not necessarily your home run. It's not a pyramid play. It's a quick reversal trade. Not even a reversal, I'm sorry. It's a quick pullback style trade is how I would play this. And that's just my own opinion and how I would want to look at that. Okay. Let's look at USD CAD. On the daily, we've been falling off a cliff for a while now. For like a lot of last week and then this week so far. Weekly, 2 weeks in a row, dropping hard. This is one of those falling knife situations. I think I kind of talked about this a little bit. At 8 o'clock in the morning yesterday, there was an opportunity to get in. And that looks like this. This is a 4-hour chart. So if I go to 1-hour chart, I'll be able to see, okay, that wasn't the opportunity to get in. It was right here. So not a strong pullback to test that level, but what I would want to be doing is looking for a strong pullback here and getting in at pivot. The hard part about this is whenever you are entering on pivot like that, you need it to touch the pivot area or really, really close to it. Pretty much touch it in order for it to go, because if you think about how price works and how limit orders work, you got to go kind of beyond it. So that means that someone's willing to give you that trade. They're not going to give you that trade if it's not anywhere near where the price action actually is, or at least beyond. So there's a little bit baked in there for the broker as well, obviously. So you want to pay attention. Yeah, there's only one opportunity, literally 1 hour, in which we could have had a pivot already in and got triggered here. So it's a tough situation. I'm going to keep watching this because it's dropping like crazy. And I don't know how far it's going to drop or if there's going to be a strong pullback that shapes up like beautifully. But I'd want to draw my fib off of that once we do have like some pullback signals and try to see if I can time an entry, because this is a pyramid play. So I'm looking for it to go down to here. Don't make no mistake about that. I am looking for it to drop down, but as a pyramid play, you got to get in here or get in during a pullback. So I didn't get in up here. So now I'm going to be looking for a pullback play in order to take advantage of this trade. So this is a slight pullback on the intraday, and this is a very pretty little trade that could have been taken. Kind of hard to see back here that was going to do that, to be honest. But, whatever. Live and you learn. Eventually, you start to see that stuff if you're really, really looking for it. So it looks like we hopped up. I put an up arrow on this one yesterday, and we actually did hop up significantly. So it's nice when it goes your way. Yeah, so this is just higher low right here, and a higher high than previous. So yeah, we're leaning in the right direction. How high we go, I don't know. The entry is tricky here though. So even knowing that it was going to go up, the entry was still hella tricky. Do you get in right here at pivot? You catch this while it's going up. How much time do you have to catch that? Is that a pivot order? Is it a live entry? Looks like the only real option would be a live entry on something like this, because there's no pivot entry really. So that's what I mean when there's layers to it, man. It's always more complicated than we expect or we think. That's the part, to be real transparent, honest with you, that's the part of trading that makes it hard. That's the only part that makes it hard. If you understand how price moves, you understand your strategy like the back of your hand, the hard part becomes, okay, what happens whenever I know what direction it's going, but then my entry is kind of weird, or my exit is kind of weird, or just the demands of managing the position while it's going, crazy every direction. What's that look like? Those little nuances. That's where it gets interesting. Okay. So again, sports analogy. The reason that fastball still works from the beginning of time is because of all the other pitches that could come. You get in your own head, and there's adjustments you have to make for off speed. And if you're thinking off speed, they can sneak a fastball by you. And it's just one of those things, man. The reason that off speed works is because of fastball. The reason fastball works is because of off speed. And it's the same thing with this trading stuff. Um, the reason that it's difficult are the little nuances and trying to time everything. Okay. NZDCAD. Don't know how I feel about this one. So it's been going down. We did kind of predict that it would drop. What the daily looks like. Okay, that's what happened here. So on the daily, it looks like it bounced off of 200 EMA, and now it's coming back up to test a 50 EMA. I'm not really sure what's going to happen there. It looks like it broke it on the 1 hour, which usually isn't a great sign. Okay, so I like this chart a lot. I like this 4-hour chart because I'm going to watch closely what happens with this 50 EMA whenever price and the 50 EMA collide. I want to see a reversal off of that level. And if I see a breakthrough, then we're getting out of this trade. And if that happens, we'll be somewhere in here probably. So it'll be like a break-even type of situation, which is fine because that wasn't really the strongest trade that we had access to be real. Let's see here. I don't know why this is on my chart or on my watch list. Okay, because this was really clean reversal situation, and now I'm looking for opportunity to take it up. That makes sense. Excuse me. No pivot entries here, even though it's kind of flowed upwards pretty effortlessly. 4-hour got broken. Looks like today that happened. Yeah, finally today broke the 4-hour. Good sign for bulls. And we'll look for a pullback entry, pivot entry on that eventually. Let's see here. NZDCHF. Reaction to extended levels, but we're really sideways here. Not a whole lot going on. Not a whole lot going on. No trade there. GBP JPY. Make sure I understand why I'm looking at everything I'm looking at. Okay, this can stay on the list. I just don't want to have stuff on the list unnecessarily. That's really important, man, because I'm trying to cut down these videos and make them lower, shorter. GBP JPY bounce off of an extended level, 4-hour kind of indecisive sideways. 1 hour is pretty much the same. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to look for like a breakout type of situation. Not my favorite trade right now, I'll be honest. This trade is like one of those slow trades that just kind of creeps downwards over time. It's really something that you'll end up just kind of holding for a while. We broke 50 EMA yesterday, which is good. We've been broke 4-hour. So, again, I'm playing on this. It's like a really weak head and shoulder. Here's the first shoulder, second the head, and then second shoulder down here. Kind of weak. But maybe we fall off and we land somewhere in here. That's what I'm thinking. might happen here. There's another entry right here. You just combo this stuff up, man. You can see it. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. You just can't get greedy, and you gotta also have your timing on point. I think that's the next step here. So right now I'm in a batting cage and I'm seeing fastballs go by, and I'm picking which ones I would pull and which ones I'd go opposite field with. So if you're a baseball guy, you get it. If not, I'm not about to explain that at all. Just kind of look it up. Google's your friend. But really, man, there's like a point where you're watching and understanding and timing the pitches, and then there's a time where you actually need to go. Um, there's a time when you actually need to go and step up to the plate and bat, you know. And so, for me identifying these as potential are awesome. Or this is great to understand the potential here. My job is to now understand how to time that potential. So what that means is down in here, I need to be placing this trade up here for it to get triggered, obviously. Over in here, I need to be placing a trigger for this trade to happen. And that's a whole different art form. So just kind of, seeing the future, seeing what you think is going to happen, and then trading that versus only looking at what the chart is giving you at the time. Euro AUD, I don't think we got it, man. I don't think we've got any Euro stuff going on. That looks good. We had a huge drop down though. That looks like the best thing was the drop down back here around the second of the year. And so I'm going to drop down to this level. I don't really feel comfortable taking this higher necessarily, and I'm biased. I don't like the Euro pairs that much, to be honest. And I think some of it has to do with, this is going to sound ridiculous, some of it has to do with where it is on the charts. It's towards the end of my chart list. And by this time, I'm usually been screening and tired and not as focused, but also the moves just aren't crisp for me right now here. We broke it, and then looks like we're testing it, about to break it again if we close above here. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happens here on the Euro. It looks like it wants to turn around. And this looks like it wants to turn around and go bullish. It was a 4 hour. Are we above? No, we're not even breaking the 50 yet. So yeah, maybe we see something like this and we take this all the way higher up into the key area. So this is like the bullish side of a pyramid. Maybe I'll take that up. We'll see. That I don't know. I feel like we might have room for a small burst upwards here. Yeah. Okay. I'll keep watching that. Yo, JPY. Same shit. Same thing. This look like the GBP pairs that are having that similar formation, I believe. Let me look. Yeah, GBP JPY and Euro JPY. Maybe all the JPY pairs are shaping like that. I don't like that shape. But you notice they all have a similar look, which is pretty interesting. Yeah. We'll see. You notice little correlations like that, man. That's like, it's cool and everything, but you kind of pick that up over time. This is the same, but it looks like it hasn't really turned over for this one yet. Well, actually, I was looking at the wrong chart, so yeah, it's turned over. We could trade this. We could trade this up. I'm just not thirsty like that to where it's like, oh, I need to take this. I need to take every single trade that I identify. That's not the truth either. CAD I'm not really feeling this one at all. No, there's nothing here. CADJPY. So I love this one yesterday. Take it off of this rebound, and then we take it up. It looks like it stagnated at this extended level. So it's experiencing what you call resistance here. So it's resisting going up further instead of it being a support that was broken, and then we go through it. So one thing you might want to note that when price action is on top of this level, it's a support. When it breaks through, this level now becomes a resistance. And that means that it's resisting going the direction of the trend. The trend here, we're assuming, has turned and is now bullish. Therefore, this yellow line is now resistance. This red line is considered support. So now also the entry point based on yesterday's price movement. So we'll see what happens here. I'll watch it. There's nowhere for me to get in. MACD doesn't look very good at all. This looks like it's going to fall off. So maybe strongly consider getting out of this, actually. Just because of this MACD. And this is that piece where it's like, all right, well, I could hold on to this and try to ride it up. Instead, I want to really watch this. And we got the 4-hour EMA right here. That might actually come and cradle that. So I take that back. It's really a 50, it's a coin toss on this one, man. And the reason is because this 50 EMA might actually act as support again and support the price movement to keep climbing. Although the 1 hour is showing divergent MACD. So the trend on MACD is going down. The trend on the chart is going up. So what I mean by that, huge move today. Damn. That's interesting. I'm not 100% sure. What's going on here? I'm not really sure why it jumped up like that. Maybe there was some news or something. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So the euro got stronger, the US got weaker. So I can look at the dollar index too and kind of see that. The dollar index is right here. Not to get too sidetracked, but it is important to kind of understand what the hell happened here. So the dollar index dropped pretty hard today, and euro went up. And we could have kind of saw that coming. MACD was falling off pretty strong. So yeah, man. Interesting to be able to pick those correlations and say, hey, I think that matches something, and then end up being right. And it's not about, hey, I'm smart or whatever at all. It's really about just being aware of what the information is trying to tell you, or could be telling you, really, and accepting that as a possibility. So I think that Euro USD, anything USD is going to be biased to make USD look weaker than the other pair right now, just for right now. And I do want to get better at forecasting fundamental stuff, but that's where I got to get to. Nothing here. Pointing down. Maybe. All right, that looks like it. USD pairs, NZD pairs. There's a couple trades that we're already on. Yeah, this thing right here, this USD CAD is just going to be, and the CAD is oil related too. I don't remember exactly how, but it is. GBP AUD. I'm going to watch that one kind of creep down lower. It's one of these. Here we go. NZD USD. Took off, but there's no entry. And the NZD CAD. We're still in that one. Canada. I wonder what Canada's doing and how that's going to play out. On the 10th, which is tomorrow, there's going to be an announcement. So maybe that affects this. We'll see. Anyways, guys, hey, thanks for taking some time to take a look at the watch list. Yeah, and I'll be back tomorrow. Try to see what happens, guys. Peace.